Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. On this great Wednesday, we're giving you some great information with Miss Senela. She's very powerful all over the world, different countries. I can't wait for her to tell us a little about herself. I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Remember, to be productive. It is hump day, so it's almost weekend. Anywho, without further ado, let's bring on Senela so she can tell us a little about herself. She has a lot of awards and recognition, exceptional women of excellence, iconic women of creating a better world of all. Also the 2018 Women Icons of Asia Award. She has a lot, very powerful. So I'm happy and honored for her to be on the show. So without further ado, let's bring on Senela. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Freema. I am so well, so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it, taking the time out of your busy schedule to come talk with us today. So, Senela, tell us a little about yourself. Give us a little background history.
All right. Wow. I love that question. I am a South Asian, petite, middle-aged woman with a very big global vision and mission. And I'm the founder and CEO of a highly SDG-focused initiative called Women Empowered Global. And prior to that, my background has really been in corporate, multinational, and I stepped away from that in 2017 to pursue full-time entrepreneurship. And it's just been a couple of dynamic years, Freema, let me tell you. So here I am, doing a lot of hard working around the world.
Right. So tell us, the Women Empowered Globally, how did that come about? What gave you that oomph to start that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, for me, really, it was about helping women tap into their full potential. Look in the mirror and remember they're beautiful. And whatever that's holding them back, to remind them to reassess how much of that is internal and internalized and how much of it is external. So the slogan of my company, Women Empowered Global, is really shatter your glass ceiling. So we've been very instrumental worldwide in launching several global initiatives, from a global academy to leadership building programs to mentorship programs, you name it. We have reached in over 6 continents globally. It's
Okay.
really wonderful stuff.
That's amazing, and that's something we definitely need. Definitely women empowerment, because for some reason we all know that we feel like women can only do certain things, or there's only certain things that we can do as a woman. But with something like this, Women Empowerment Global, that takes us to a whole nother level. And then for you to share that with us and give us the knowledge we need to know that we can succeed. Do you ever find it difficult to help someone find their hidden potential or face their fears? Do you ever find that difficult to do?
Gosh, you know what, Rama? Honestly, you're talking about me. Looking back, it's really a miracle where I've landed today. I literally had to reinvent myself. And that
Mm,
journey for me has also been self discovery, leaving the old fragments behind, the generational identities bestowed upon me culturally, as a woman, as a South Asian woman, where I had to unpack that
hmm.
and, really assert myself. And it's just that insight into my own experience and journey and empirical studies I've done around this for women worldwide, where I'm able to design certain programs and initiatives to really support women who are struggling with self-sabotage, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, because there is a pattern, there is a correlation, there is the dichotomy, there is the stigma. It's either if you're a mom, you got to stay at home. It's full-time mom work. You can't go to work. If you're a career woman, it's a massive taboo. It's stigmatized. So all of these different things. So how do we address that? It's really speaking to the heart and the mind of the woman. And how our initiatives work is really where we do an assessment initially, because every woman is unique.
Right.
Every woman is unique. So it's not one shoe fits all. That's not how it happens. We're at different stages across the spectrum. We have different desires, different backgrounds, different skill sets. So when they come to the table, it's us reminding them to open the door. They deserve to share the seat at the table, but let's do it after an assessment so that we can get a little bit more accurate in how we can support her.
Okay. And that was going to be my next question, but you answered it. How do you identify, certain things that the person that came to the table, the woman that came to the table, how do you identify certain things? But you do an assessment. So you actually get in and know the person personally before you can move forward with actually, okay, that's good stuff. Now, is this something that and I'm gonna just use me for an example. Let's say I knew I was holding myself back, I need to turn my career around. I just, I had self-doubt. I didn't know how to do it. Do you have it to where someone can reach out to you? Is there a website? Like, how do someone like myself reach out to Senela for that help?
Absolutely. Just go to my webpage. That's www.senelajayasuriya.com. And you just fill in the opt-in form and put your request in, your inquiry, if you want to connect with me. And then that questionnaire would just give you a very basic access. And thereafter, the team would follow up with you to really assess what your needs are, what you're really looking at,
Oh, wow.
what you're
So,
going for, and then we'd work with you on your dream plan, what the journey is going to look like, and then we get more intricate into the details. But really, it's about first assessing her and also trying to work together with her to co-create that dream, because she matters. She's worth it.
absolutely, absolutely. So is the process, your team, do you guys stay with the woman, for a period of time? Is there a process, or there's a certain amount of time that we can choose from, if that makes sense?
Oh, absolutely. So one of the things I do through the assessment is, see, if you look at the kind of work I do, it's really helping people who are ready and committed to helping themselves. Because, we could go out there, we have the Google University, we've got so many different knowledge networks going out. But what makes that 1%? It's those who dare to want to commit, those who
Absolutely.
want to apply. So I'm very, very, I have a very keen eye in gauging interest levels of people who are really committed to help themselves. So I go in there to help people who are ready to help themselves. So that's really the crux of it. And then once I assess that, thereafter, a lot of the times I've noticed, because particularly women, Prima, like, we're so multifaceted. It's not just playing one role. Look at you, you're at work right now, right? So
Right.
I mean, we're like working, we're out there, we've got all these different responsibilities. So I've noticed the short courses are very helpful. Then the group coaching classes are very helpful, because a lot of people get to know as I facilitate that. And so it's a wonderful balance between the short courses and then the more 6-month to 12-month programs. It really depends on what they require, and then we do the recommendations thereafter after the assessment.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So yeah, like you said, the assessment and that determines. But yeah, you have to be ready. What's the saying? You can lead, and I know I'm probably going to mess this up. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, type situation. So it's good that you have that eye to know, okay, she's ready. We're going to do this, that, and the third. That's amazing, Senela. Everybody's put in this world for a purpose, for a reason. And I'm happy I'm able to meet you and meet someone that's giving back in a way of helping other women, allowing us to know that we're great, or helping us understand that we're great, we can do it, and we can achieve our goals, because we definitely
Yeah.
need that. We need that motivation from each other.
Oh, absolutely. Just looking back, the little girl that I had to grow up with, the mini me, like I said,
Right.
it feels like a miracle. I can't recognize her. I love her, but I can't identify with my genesis, how it all began. I know that every heartbreak, every trial, every failed attempt, every rejection, every bruise, every battle prepared me and pushed me towards that legacy, towards my passion to really embark on the movement I am on today. But looking back, Rima, I tell you, I have come so far because I was extremely timid. No friends, believe it or not confident. You tell me to speak in front of 2 people on a stage, I'd forget my name.
Right.
I'd just blank out. My knees would give way and I'd just collapse. That was me.
Yeah.
So insecure, had no sense of self-identity, never thought I could contribute in any capacity. That was me as a teenager. And then I realized, oh gosh, I had, in a sense, I describe myself as somebody who was constantly questioning, there could be more, there must be more. This can't be my life. Just operating out of, a compass where other people take control of it. No, I want to take control of my own ship. And there's this beautiful quote that one of my partners said at a seminar that we did together. She said, imagine if life is the ocean and we are the captain of our ship, and we have a particular destination and an end goal we want to go towards, this particular beautiful island. And on our journey, it's not, in the middle of a storm, it's not really the water that surrounds the boat that causes us to sink, but it's the water that gets into the boat that causes us to sink. Wow. And I think that's a very powerful analogy in life. End of the day, we all have, the more clarity. I always tell people the punchline, even when I coach people, I have a coaching program that I conduct in over 20 countries worldwide. Clarity, strategy, action plan. Clarity, strategy, action plan. And then around that, a big circle is application. So my entire coaching program is designed around this framework, and it's very powerful stuff. But I tell people we have to be resilient. Resilience means, yes, we are the captain of our ship, but honey, you're going to have a lot of pirates. You're going to have a lot of crosswinds that are going to come and try to knock you out. Resilience is about being aware that things are going to change. Right, we are never going to be in 100% control, but it's about getting back on course. It's not about the number of times we get off it. It's about getting back. And that has been my life, because every time I come back, I pivot. I come back, I pivot. Challenge, impact, pivot. Challenge, impact, pivot. And that comes back to my next point. It's really about the mindset. Because really, from when I look at my own life, I went from feeling absolutely fragile and voiceless, to feeling absolutely fierce And that journey, I would never regret or trade for anything. But what I do today is to support other women and raise them up so that they don't need to go through all that pain.
Yes.
Because you know what, as human beings, I believe if we truly know better and if we have conviction about what's better,
Mm-hmm.
we will do better.
Do better. Absolutely. And that's why we need people like you, to get us there, because we can all say, we're grown. We can think we know it all. We can think we have it all together. But like you said, that state of mind that some individuals may be in, it is, hindering us from doing greater. So when we have someone like Senela, that offers programs, offer things to help us better ourselves, then we all can win. We just have to utilize our resources that we have out there. And that's great. And it's funny, Senela, I was going to mention to you about the mini Senelas that's out there, the mini me's that's out there that was, like you said, timid, maybe a little nervous to try anything new or put themselves out there. For this day and time, with what you know now, what you have put together, what would you tell the little Senelas that's out there that were you when you were a teenager? What would you tell them now, knowing everything that you know?
I would tell her, don't doubt yourself. Trust in that silent voice called intuition.
Mm.
Looking back in hindsight, there's been so many times in my mini Senela life where I dived in to chaos, knowing the chaos. But I did that out of a tremendous lack of self respect and
Mm.
self worth. Had I believed in myself, I would have done better. And I
Wow.
think that is one of the biggest advice pieces I could tell anybody around the world, whether
Mhm.
I'm speaking to a girl child, whether I'm speaking to a millennial, or whether I'm speaking to, a leader who's hit that leadership plateau and is struggling, feels stagnated, voiceless, powerless. To get that autonomy back means looking at the mirror and, saying, I love you,
Right.
and feeling okay with that. How many of us can do that? Something so simple as just going in front of the mirror and really embracing who we are, that authenticity.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. So powerful, so knowledgeable. Like I feel like I just keep going and going and going, because this is all good stuff. This is things that we need to hear. This is things that we need to know, and to know that we're capable of doing them, and to have someone that will have our back if we need that, if we need that motivation. We know it's out there now. If you don't mind just repeating your website for any of the women that may be watching, or any gentlemen that may be watching that have a woman in your life or women in your life that you feel need this, make sure y'all push them to Senela's website. Let them know there are people out here that really care, want you to succeed, and know that you can do it. What's that
Oh,
website?
absolutely. It's really about, I specialize in self leadership, personal impact, and how that translates into business leadership and leadership impact. It really starts from inside, internally first. We work on the leader. So it's Senela Jayasuriya. That's www.senelajayasuriya.com. SenelaJayasuriya.com. I'm also on LinkedIn if anybody wants to reach out. Yes.
Great, great. I really appreciate this. We have one viewer said, "Thank you for a great Senela." Absolutely, absolute,
Oh,
very
I
nice.
love that.
Um,
Absolutely.
just to not take a left. I don't like saying that because that sounds like it's a bad thing, but just to get off topic just a little tiny bit. How did it feel? Because we're both, women, and I can tell you're a girly girl, you're very beautiful. How did it feel, with your magazine covers and everything, getting dolled up and being on the cover? How did it make you feel
Ah,
internally?
Oh my goodness, Rima, I loved it. I love doing a photo shoot because, when I'm in the marketplace, when I'm in the business world, I'm just all serious. And then doing a photo shoot, I got to just, play around. I got to have fun and I absolutely loved it. I loved getting my lashes on and
Right?
getting my hair done. And, I had different cameras and it was just absolutely brilliant.
Good.
Yeah, it
That's good.
was really fun.
I did a
And I love doing all the behind the scenes, the BTS, right?
right.
I love those behind the scene moments. They're brilliant.
I did a photo shoot once for a friend of mine. She has an online boutique. And it seemed like it was a lot of work unless she just put a lot on me. But it was like, oh my God, I don't see how people can do this for a living, like all the time. Oh my God, it was a lot, but I
Oh my
enjoyed it. I do it again.
goodness.
Well, Senela, I really enjoyed this conversation with you today, allowing us into your life a little bit. I appreciate that. We appreciate you and thank you for everything that you're doing to impact our women because, again, we are powerful and some of us just need to know that about ourselves. So, again, thank you. Before we end this segment, because I know you're a very busy woman, is there anything that you would like to share with us that we didn't touch on today?
I would just like to say, never take for granted affirmations because affirmations have played a massive role in my life. Whether it's my mobile phone, I'm keeping it real, practical, simple steps. Break it down, girl. A lot of the times we have these big, big goals and we're like, oh my God, it's procrastinating. Why? Break it down, push pause. What is that one next step that you got to do? That's all you got to think about. Don't think about the full staircase. The staircase is not going to go anywhere. Think about taking the next step. What is that first step going to be? And even if it's a baby step, you're still moving forward. And that's momentum. You're moving forward, and that's momentum. So I've got my wallpaper, I've got my screensaver, I've got affirmations everywhere. You open up my closet, I've got an affirmation. I've never stopped doing that. I remember my first job. I remember earning a really, really tiny pay in my first job. And then to where I am today, I never left the affirmations behind. If there's something that you want to carry forward, is a practice of affirming to yourself. And there are
Absolutely.
plenty of YouTube videos out there. I've got a printed out deck of affirmations, and that goes a long way. And there's a beautiful quote that I'd love to share with your audience today, and that is by Dan Mary Child. And it goes as, a woman is the full circle. She has the power to nurture, to create, and transform. And I hope I said the quote exactly in the right sequence, but you can go check it out, Diane Mary Child. And what I want to tell you right now and affirm into your life is that you are the captain of your ship. You are on a predestined journey, and it is a beautiful one. And it's not so much about always being on course. As women, we want to be perfect. We want to be 100%. If we are not 100%, we don't do it. We don't want to attempt, but focus on the why. And it's not so much about the failing. It's really about the attempt. It's about getting on course. When you're off course, get back on course. And it's not perfection. It's making progress. And that's something I just want to share with all of you. And yeah, off you go. I'm so excited for you all, and believe in yourself.
Yes, definitely. Appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And I know I said I was going to end it, but I want to just say this. I love the way you put that in perspective as far as the stairs, because sometimes we have a dream or we have a goal that we want to meet and we feel like we're supposed to reach that goal like right now, and then we miss all the small steps. And like you said, that's still making an attempt. You're still reaching towards your goal by making those small steps. So we have to start from somewhere. So don't feel like you're not doing it because it was just a small step, but you are going towards that goal by making that first initial step. So that was very powerful for me. I took that in. I really did. Sometimes we feel like we have to do it, like it needs to be done and completed, but we got to be okay with ourselves knowing that we took that first step, even if it was small. So I
Oh,
appreciate that.
absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of the times we just feel so paralyzed because we're like, oh my gosh, what's the next step? How am I going to do this? I don't have the skill for that. I don't have the sponsorship for this. I don't have the finance. I don't have access
Mhm.
to capital. Just take the next step. And I promise you, looking back, you try that practice of taking those baby steps along the way. And
Mhm.
then you look back and you're like, wow, did
Yeah,
I really make it this far? You know,
absolutely.
as long as you think you're not going to, guess what? You're not. There
Yeah.
is no way on earth that you're going to make it if you keep entertaining the idea that you're not.
Yes.
So stop being that prevention, that enemy. Do not block your growth. Growth is not automatic, honey. You
Mhm.
got to, you challenge growth and growth will challenge you.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
not going to grow automatic. And growth, really, it's a moving target because we're always growing. The Senela that was 5 years ago, my goals 5 years ago, they've changed. Guess what? I transformed in just a span of 5 years. Five
Right.
years from now, I've got different goals, different challenges. And hey, that's life. Hey, that's resilience. But I want to encourage you because you are a survivor. You are victorious. You are beautiful. And there's nothing you can't do.
Love
Just
it.
step aside and see you grow, see you shine.
Absolutely. And we're going to leave it with that. I couldn't have said it any better. Senela, thank you so much again. This was something that I needed, and I know some of our viewers needed it. Make sure y'all share this powerful video. There's women out there that need this. Please refer to Senela's website. Share the video. This is some knowledge that was given to us that can feed our souls. Senela, again, thank you so much. You have a great day. Where are you at located now? Are you in India?
I'm currently, yeah, I'm connecting from Colombo, Sri Lanka. It's 10 p.m. over here,
Ooh,
and I'm stuck. I can't travel, you guys, because of everything that's happening around us.
yeah.
But this is, thank God for technology because the momentum has not dropped. So I'm so excited to be able to do this. Rema, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
absolutely excited to have shared this moment with you, and lots of love to you and to everybody watching in your
Absolutely.
beautiful audience.
You too. Thank you again, Senela. And as we always say on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, peace and love.